Hello, Watem, and welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Let us continue.
池作りは魚が跳ねてるうちがいいわ。死んだら面白みも何もない。もう十分よ。殺しちゃえば。
くしょ。
そこまで刻まれてよくぞここまで耐えた。もう十分だ。あとは何も考えなくてよい。痛みなく生を奪い去ってやる。
待ってくれ。頼みがある。
Oh?
最後にあれがやってみて。
Final words?
あれとは何か。
西部劇名物のあれだよ。背中を向け合ってから3歩歩いてズドンってやつ。
決闘か。よかろう。それにて根性の未練が尽きるならば受け。
Rudolph moved his wound-covered body and turned his back to her. Belphegor responded and turned her back to his. Belphegor had an honest nature that was uncommon in a witch's furniture.
言っておく。たとえ私の眉間に銃口を突きつけたとしても、私はお前が引き金を引き、私の頭蓋骨に弾丸が至るよりも早く瞬間移動することができる。
ああ、そいつはもう骨身に染みてるぜ。
Sloth can move really fast.
お前は銃弾より速い。
Also interesting how there's this little gap between the like darkness there.
それを知りつつ決闘を挑むお前の度胸に敬意を表し、付き合うのだ。感謝せよ。
お前は律儀なやつだな。いい女だ。惚れそうだぜ。
始めるぞ。3歩で良いのだな。まずは1歩。
そして2歩。
I wonder who his target will be.
3歩だ。これでいいのか。
そして3歩も歩いてまだ気づかない。
Is it one of those things where he's also taking a step backwards at the same time?
何？
Rudolph turned around and fired a bullet. However, Belphegor could easily see through the speed and trajectory of a bullet like that. It should have been no problem at all to dodge it. So she took it so it wouldn't hit Beatrice with a spray of fresh blood flow. I'm wondering if he aimed at Beatrice or if he set things up in such a way that the two of them would be in a line. Belphegor had set up an adequate magical defenses barrier, but before an incarnation of anti-magic power such as that bullet, it was completely meaningless.
何やってんのよ。何当たっちゃってんの？
The bullet had hit Belphegor right in the chest. The pain from the lead caused her to grimace, as did the pain from the denial of magic.
許せ。俺は卑怯な男。
興ざめだわ。魔女の家具ともあろうものが人間に破れるなんて。
She took the bullet for you.
恥を知りなさいよ。情けない、みっともない。勝手に這いつくばって死んじゃえば。
やめな、兄貴。こいつはかわせたんだ。だがかわさなかった。車線上に姉貴がいることに気づいたのさ。だから律儀なこいつはかわさずに受けて姉貴をかばった。大手飛車取りに最後に気づいたんだ。
Congratulations. You've learned some basic chess strategies. Next, will you fork someone?
悪く思うな。お前が3歩歩く間にそれに気づけたら、俺は観念するつもりだったんだ。
あの散歩は私への 手心だったか。考えようともしなかった。私は怠惰だった。
Sloth being lazy, who'd have thunk it?
お前はいい女だったぜ。
Now hurry up and choose Beatrice.
先に天国で化粧して待ってろ。きっと口説きに行くから。
Telling a demon to go to heaven. The spell for God slowly fell over. She lost even the power that kept her in human form. And she grew small, like gold dust, melting into thin air. At that point, Kyrie dashed in. Assumed that she had somehow defeated her pursuer by her own hands. As she pointed the barrel of the gun straight at the witch, she ran up to the wound-covered Rudolph.
大丈夫？
Meanwhile, Kyrie hasn't been hit at all.
今誰か口説いてなかった？
Figment of your imagination.
ああ、いい女だったぜ。もちろん、お前の次程度にさ。悪い、兄貴。チェックメイトだぜ。
I doubt it. It's probably just check. The two of them pinned the witch down with the barrel of their guns.
情けない家具たちね。人間相手に遅れを取るなんて情けない、くだらない、つまらない。
That really did sound like Beatrice, fair.
ここは引くべきです。
Interesting.
銃弾を防ぐ結界も家具もここにはありませんよ。
Will she take things into her own hands? Perhaps. The witch began to let out a muffled laugh. It surprised not only Rudolph and Kyrie, but Renove as well. Because in a situation like this, with two guns pointed at her, was not one that even a witch could just laugh off. The witch laughed with pleasure.
そりゃあ先代様の使い古しの家具じゃ無理で当然ね。
Does she have some of her own furniture now, maybe?
私には私にふさわしい新しい家具じゃないとダメよ。私義理で使ったけど、もともとお風呂は嫌いなの。
Just hurry up and shoot. As she said that, she looked down at Belphegor's remains, which had already been finished turning into a pile of gold dust with disgust.
何の話をしてるかわからねえぜ。
Just shoot.
おとなしく両手を上げやがれってんだ。
Just shoot. Then the witch obediently raised her hands. But instead of raising her hands because the gun was being pointed at her, it looked more like she was a conductor facing an orchestra, waving her conductor's baton.
さあさあおいでなさい。私にふさわしき家具たち。あんな安っぽい家具じゃなくて、もっともっと強力な残酷な
Ones that won't listen to the predecessor?
妙な真似はやめて。引き金を引くわ。
Just pull the trigger already. In response to the witch's call, the hall was once again buried with the colour of gold. As the brilliantly radiant gold butterflies danced, I felt as though they were being sucked into an ocean of gold leaf. Yeah, either shoot or flee. Renova was shocked at that upsurge in magical power. After all, it far surpassed that of his former master. As their eyes were dazzled amidst this golden flash, a gunshot could be heard. Either Rudolph or Kyrie had fired around. Then, when the gold flash subsided, at the very least, the witch was standing there, looking cool and composed. The bullet? Kyrie must have fired it into her, but the witch had not been hit anywhere on her body. There it is. The bullet had been fastened in midair right in front of the witch's chest.
防弾結界。
In an instant, a barrier that would require a significant amount of preparation, even for the predecessor, had been. Renove's face was twisted in shock. That doesn't quite make sense. And the surprise did not end there. More furniture. A cloud of gold butterflies that created 2 humanoid forms. Huh? It was a furniture summoning. Interesting. Butterflies peeled off and flew away, and beneath them, furniture in the shape of girls showed themselves. Is that... kind of looks like, I think it's Iceland's flag? I think. Yeah, that looks like Iceland's flag. But rabbits.
シエスタの姉妹兵。先代様でもおいそれと呼び出せなかったペンドラゴンの記念兵をいともたやすく。
シエスタ410、ここに。
We got a new characters, I think. Yep. 45 and 410. So 410, a weapon contract with Beatrice. 410 is a kid with character who has a unique and brazen way of speaking. Her hobby is teasing serious and uptight people, which is why she likes 45 and Lucifer. Rough spoken, but loves company and easily succumbs to loneliness. Gets depressed unless there is someone constantly giving her attention. She excels in fire and control and even in close range combat, except its battle power that is second to none. And 45, a weapon in contract with Beatrice, has an extremely meticulous and timid personality, and is fairly paranoid. For that reason, she compensates well for the weakness of 410's slapdash personality when they work as a pair. Cannot bear silence, and even becomes emotionally unstable unless she is constantly being given orders. She excels in enemy search and being decisive. Sister's battle power is doubled by her support. Is this one? What is it? 410 likes Lucifer, was it? Oops. Yep. Do we have anything new on the tips of the current one? Probably not, but okay.
シエスタ45、ここに。私にふさわしい家具なんでしょうね、あんたたちは。絵本の朗読から同伴デートに隕石撃墜まで幅広くお答えしますよ。にひひ。
Okay then.
お答えしないと竜王様に怒られます。何卒ご命令を、大ベアトリーチェ卿。
ルドルフさん、逃げましょう。こいつらはダメだわ。
Should have done that already. Too late. Kyria definitely heard warning sirens going off in her head, thanks to the same feeling that had alerted her to be ambushed by the 7 Sisters of Purgatory. Without hesitation, they escaped. Should have quit while you were ahead. As the witch elegantly watched them leave, she commanded her new furniture.
命令よ。逃げた2人を殺して、そして死体をここへ持ち帰りなさい。そしたら生き返らせて何度も遊ぶのよ。
Butch's expression twisted into an evil smile. Even though she feared that expression, Lucifer appeared and spoke.
恐れながら先代様よりそのような残酷行為は慎むようにと。
When Witch stared at her with those terrifying eyes, Lucifer was struck dumb. She was frustrated. It was so boring, not being able to let her own power and cruelty run wild. This annoying furniture of a predecessor kept telling her to show restraint, bringing her irritation to a peak.
傲慢のルシファーちゃんじゃない。お久しぶりに元気？また今度一緒に遊びましょうね。にひひひひひひ。410、死後はダメです。怒られます。大ベアトリーチェ卿のご命令を迅速に遂行を。にひ、お仕事の時間だね。410了解。
Booted firing guidance system. I I'm not going to attempt to read Greek backwards. Something about 07. though.
追撃狙撃戦準備。地形データ収集。射撃用データ収集。
Initiating data collection.
410へデータリンク。410データ受領。
Forming firing. Curve. Curve was not the word I was expecting there.
標的を捕捉。地形誤差修正。射撃曲線形成。制御点補正完了。45へデータリンク。45データ受領。
Accuracy 97.89%.
危険区域確認。あ、そこはダメです。
What's not good?
後ろ邪魔だよルシファーちゃん。バックファイアで焼けるよ。にひ。
Thanks to paired measurements, the Chiester sisters were able to instantly calculate the terrain throughout the mansion and the coordinates of their targets, as well as the firing curve to reach them. That's right, their shots could be guided to follow a curved line. None could escape. The precision guidance used by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory is nothing more than a cheap knockoff of the ability these two held.
45射撃準備完了。弾手選定装填。
Now the question is, do I have this or their first appearances for the thumbnail? As the two of them faced each other, it was as though they were both pulling back a bowstring together. A dazzling gold arrow was ready there.
410にひ。射撃。
After giving that announcement, they released a single arrow together. As the path taken by the gold sparkling snake of light drew a curve, it followed the direction that Rudolph and Kyrie had escaped to in rapid pursuit. It turned through the corridors, crawled over the floor, chasing them as it drew a beautiful curve. No one could block the guided shots of the Chiester sisters. No one could escape from them. And their strength could pierce all physical and magical defences. It was quite a merciless guided weapon of certain death. However, among mythical class soldiers, it was a weapon used by pretty much everyone. It was very commonplace for them, and very extraordinary for those of the everyday world. When you noticed something rapidly chasing them and turned around, the exact position of Rudolph's heart was pierced by the gold snake. It all happened in an instant. After the gold snake pierced Rudolph, it swooped down to the floor, drawing a beautiful spiral, coiled itself around Kiria's legs and crawled up to her chest. And just like Rudolph, it pierced the exact location of her heart. And all of that happened in an instant. It pierced Rudolph and then Kyrie. So they died, dropped to their knees and fell over at almost the exact same time.
何これ。圧倒的じゃない。
It's sounds too much like they've been shot with a gun. This is the description of it, at least. That's what my thoughts are.
バカバカしいくらいにあっさりね。
Perhaps a bit too accurate for Hideyoshi? Hmm.
私ではこういう家具が向いてるわ。先代様の中古家具とは大違い。さあ、二人の死体をここへ。飽きるまで何度でも蘇らせて、思いつく限りの残虐な殺し方を試してやるの。はあ、魔女がこんなにも楽しいなんて。
I guess the wounds that they've got now won't really matter too much. Won't be what the final results are.
命を奪うことがこんなにも楽し
On the other hand, you know, the game's too easy. That takes away the fun from it too. From the time humans are born, the most shunned action they can take is the murder of another human. Well, is it still murder if you either? Genocide. Does that technically count as murder? I mean, I guess it's the same in some ways. So I guess it could be counted as still being the most shunned action. Yeah, okay. It's only natural that humans can't understand how pleasurable it can be to break this taboo. But she was no longer a human. She was a witch. There were some pleasures that only witches could understand. By now she had tasted those pleasures, and was totally immersed in them. After learning that the contents of the forbidden pot were honey, she could no longer live without them. No, maybe the contents were honey because they were forbidden. Anyway, by killing humans gruesomely, and by doing it over and over, she could feel the drug-like pleasure even now. As the witch rolled over laughing, the gold snake that had just been shot returned as though being reeled in. At the tips, 2 people were pinned and dragged along. The witch's order had been fulfilled. Rudolph and Kyria had been killed instantly, and their corpses had been carried back.
Chiester 45-410命令遂行を完了しました。大ベアトリーチェ卿の次の命令を待ちます。どうかご命令を。赤ん坊のおもりからネトゲのお相手。スペースシャトル撃墜まで何でもお答えしますよ。にひひ。こいつらは第4だから最後には役立たずの7姉妹。ああ、もう5姉妹か。
Check. It's 1986, okay. So, just wondering, so mentioned online games. Okay, yeah. Around that time, it seems. Was when the internet's really started picking up public use. Anyway, I guess in the 80s.
こいつらを額と胸に刺してえぐらなくちゃならない。でもそれを最後にすればいいんであって、それまでを私がどう遊ぼうと勝手よね。
待て待て待て待てい。そなたはわらわの言っていたことをもう忘れたのか。
Oh, she's just going to ignore you from now on.
おや、これは先代様。何か文句でも。
あるに決まっておろうが、そなたはやりたい放題ではないか。
So?
なぜにわらわの言いつけが聞けぬのか。
やりたい放題で何の問題があるのですか、先代様。それに私は儀式のルールを逸脱しようなんて気持ちはこれっぽっちもありません。ちゃんとこの2人の死体は後できれいにして額と胸に杭を打ち込んでおきますから。
そういう問題ではないというに。あまりに品がなかったり残酷だったりするとだな。
Battler won't talk to me.
気を悪くする者もおるかもしれぬし。
I don't see how that matters to me.
先代様がどこかで戦っているとかいうゲームの相手ですか。どの上に聞きました。
おしゃべりめ。まあ正直に言うとそういうわけだ。ちょっと目に余るとその講義を受けてな。
先代様にわざわざ伝言などさせず、直接講義にいらっしゃればいいのに。臆病な方です。
こことは異なる世界の住人だからの。わらわを返さねばならぬのだ。まあとにかくだな。
ということは、その方は私に何か干渉したくてもできない。そして私も干渉したくてもできない。それくらいに遠い世界の無縁な方との認識でよろしいですか？
例えるなら、とても近い2本の平行線の世界とでも言おうか。とても身近な世界なのだが、平行線ゆえに2本の線が交わることは決してない。そんな世界ととりあえずは認識してくれればよい。
交わらないということは、私とは関係ない世界のことということです。もしその方の代弁で私に自重しろとおっしゃられてるのでしたら、その方に交互伝言をお願いします。
あやつにか？なんと伝える？
余計なお世話だよ、消えろよババア。へそでも噛んで死んじゃえば。失礼しました。先代のお友達でしょうから、多分女性だろうと想像しただけです。ババアと言っても決して先代様のことではありませんから、どうかご容赦ください。
And she spoke, for which was looking straight into Beatrice's eyes. Anyone present would be able to tell what she meant by it.
先代様、とても不思議に思うことがあります。
Oh?
どうして先代様はその別世界の方とゲームをして魔女だと認めてもらわなければならないのですか？
Something to pass the time? Or is there something else going on?
それはだな、すべての人間に魔女の存在を認めさせることが完全なる支配につながるからである。一人頑固者がおってな。どうあってもわらわを魔女とは認めんのだ。
And so this Beatrice will try to prevent anyone from holding out?
どうしてその人間の認可が必要なのですか？魔女が魔女であり魔法を振るうことにどうして人間に認められる必要があるのですか？
It prevents your revival?
だからな、前にも話した通り、魔法というのは。
私は魔女です。別に誰の認可がなくとも魔法が使えますが、何か？
この世界ではな。しかしだな、それをあやつが認めない以上はなんと説明すればよいのか。
説明いりません。だって決して交わることのない別世界の話じゃありませんか。それはつまりない世界も同じということです。別世界でゲームで戦っていると先代様が妄想を語っていることと何にも変わりません。
I think more to the point, this is the world of her imagination.
重ねて言います。私と関係ない話です。そして私はもう魔女です。先代様はどうやらその何者かに認めてもらえないと魔女になれないようですが、私は違います。誰に認められずとももう立派な魔女です。先代ということであなたに形式的な敬意は捧げますが、それは私の行為であって義務ではありません。もう私はあなたの助言など求めていないし、これからどうすればいいか、どう遊べばいいかはっきり分かってます。だから13人殺しの儀式まではあなたへの最後の敬意だと割り切って行います。しかしそのやり方やその後のことについてはあなたに口出しされる言われは全くありません。
I am wondering what will happen at the end, as this game comes to a close. Will this Beatrice disappear, perhaps? And will she realize that she's going to disappear for completing the game? That will be what we find out. In any case, I hope you've all enjoyed this part. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.